Hello everybody, I'm Michael, and today I will be doing LEGO Star Wars Trivia Challenge 2. Last week we did the first trivia challenge made by Cap'n Rex. It's the exact same person that made the last one. I'm really excited. I don't think I noticed this last time, but it said more than 6,500 participants have done it, and only 150 have received full marks. Or not even 150, almost 150. So that makes me feel a little bit better about my score from last week, but just like last week, I am going to be aiming for 10 out of 20 or a 50%. I think that'll be good, and then maybe later, or maybe in a year or two, I'll come back and revisit this and see how much I've learned and gained from that. So let's go ahead and get in. Following its reban during 2017, what do the letters UCS stand for? I'm fairly certain it's Ultimate Collector's Series, like that, because I think... Ooh, it's between those two. I think it's this one, because I think it's a Singular Collector. Which set was the first to contain a printed thermal detonator tile? Battle for Geonosis. I do not know what that set is. Jabba's Palace, the Z-95 Headhunter, and the Imperial Shuttle Tydirium. This is going to be a complete guess, but I'm going to go with the Battle of Geonosis. Other than Boba Fett, which bounty hunter from The Empire Strikes Back had appeared in the most sets? I'm fairly certain this one's Bossk, just purely because he was in some of the Clone Wars sets, because he was in the kind of Aurra Sing bounty hunter ring. In which year were more than 100 different LEGO Star Wars minifigures released? I'm going to assume it was some point when the Clone Wars was out, and it definitely wasn't 2018. I'm gonna say 2012. A head belonging to which minifigure was inadvertently provided for Qui-Gon Jinn with some copies? Republic Cruiser. Ooh. I'm gonna say Obi-Wan Kenobi, because they had fairly similar kind of facial hair pieces. Which of the following LEGO Star Wars sets was the first to include a retractable or folding carrying handle? Okay, let's see. I don't know what Star Destroyer this is, but I know that the Star Destroyer that I have does not have that, because I have one of the really older ones. Let's see here. The motorized walking AT-AT, I don't know if it had a carrying handle. Republic Attack Cruiser. I'm going to go with this Republic Attack Cruiser, because I'm fairly certain the Venator class Republic Attack Cruiser did have the carrying handle. How many battle techs contain 4 outwardly identical figures? So, we have... Ooh, okay. I'm not sure about this. I'm going to go with 3, because I don't think that there have been... Maybe? This means that I'm assuming the outward identical figures means that there are kind of different faces, maybe, but only that's the only difference between them. They have the same bodies and everything. So maybe 3, because I assume they're kind of including the new battle pack from Battlefront 2 with the Inferno Squad, because they did have the same bodies and everything. But I'm going to go with 3. I think that sounds good. Which minifigure was mistakenly included as Zev Seneca's gunner in 75144? I have no clue. I do not know who that character is, Zev Seneca, whatever. But I'm going to go with Dak Ralter, because that's the only name on that list that I knew. Which of the following Jedi High Council's members had appeared in a LEGO Star Wars set? Has, okay. I don't think Jarl Poof has. I'm fairly certain it's... I'm not sure how to pronounce that name, but the bottom one here. What type of droid appears in 10144 Sandcrawler but is absent from that Sandcrawler? Okay, I'm fairly certain they put the Astromechs and the Gonk droid. Or I assume that's what the GNK droid is. So it's between the Treadwell. I think it's this ASP droid, because I fairly certain that they'd put the Treadwell in any Sandcrawler set, just purely because it's fairly kind of iconic, and it is a very cool droid. Including those found on vehicles, which set can launch the greatest quantity of studs before reloading? Ooh, okay. I know that this First Order Snowspeeder had one of the big kind of rotating guns. The First Order Star Destroyer, I don't think it's that because it didn't have the rotating guns. I think we're just trying to see which one has the most of those kind of big rotating stud shooter guns. So I'm going to go with the Wookiee gunship, just because I don't think the Snowspeeder had that many of the rotating guns, or I think they might have only had one. Which of the following Star Wars shuttles has not appeared in a LEGO Star Wars set? That means all these other ones have? Okay. We have Eta, Theta, Lambda, and Upsilon. I'm really not sure about this. Eta, Theta. I'm going to go with this one because I think it's supposed to be Epsilon. Unless that's actually how you spell Epsilon. But I'm going to go with that one. LEGO has produced 4 minifigure scale AT-ST models, but how many are piloted by Chewbacca? I'm not sure about this one. I know of 3 of the AT-STs off the top of my head, if they're including that First Order AT-ST that was kind of half destroyed with BB-8 piloting it. If that's one of them, then Chewbacca is definitely not piloting that one. We have the one from Rogue One, and Chewbacca was definitely not piloting that one either. So that's 2 of the 4 rolled out. Now, there was the one in the Battle of Endor set, which I do not believe was piloted by Chewbacca. I think there was Veers or somebody like that piloting that one. So that is 3 of the 4 ruled out. So it is either 1 or 0. And I'm trying to think of any other AT-STs that they've built. And I think that's the only ones that I can think of are those 3. So I'm going to put 1, because it definitely is a fairly iconic scene when he gets it in episode 6. So I'm going to assume that there's at least one where he's piloting it. Which of the following sets contains the most pieces? Oh, okay. The Major Von Regs TIE Fighter, Imperial TIE Fighter. I don't know if that's the new one or not. I'm going to go with the Von Regs TIE Fighter because it has the most detail, and most of these other TIE Fighters are just kind of big square pieces that make up the wings, but with Von Regs TIE Fighter there are a lot of angular pieces and such. So I'm going to go with 75240 Major Von Regs TIE Fighter. Bags containing Clone Trooper equipment appeared in several Star Wars The Clone Wars set. Which of the following was not included? Oh, okay. Rangefinders. Pauldron. Was the pauldron in the little bag? Yeah, the pauldron and the little waist cape were in the bag, I'm fairly certain. The floodlights were also in the bag. The rangefinders, I think, were in the bag. Oh, I really do not know this. Macro binoculars. I thought all of these were. Floodlights, rangefinders. I think the rangefinders are those little flip-down sticks that you put into the little Clone Trooper helmet holes. This one's pretty difficult. I thought they all were in those little bags. I definitely think the pauldron was. I really think the macro binoculars were. I'm gonna go... See, I'm not sure about the macro binoculars now. This one, I think I might go with pauldron, just because all these other ones are those tiny little accessories that went inside the Clone Trooper helmet, so it would make sense if they all went into the same bag. But then again, that could just be completely wrong, but I think that makes the most sense because I have no clue. 75098 Assault on Hoth was revealed in an animation on LEGO.com, but how many days passed before the set was actually released? Oh, I have zero clue about that. I'm going to assume it was a long time because that's the only reason I think they'd ask this question, because if it was 2 days, then I really don't think there would be any point. So I'm going to say 197 days because that's almost a year. That's over a year. So I'm definitely going to go with 197. Which of the following sets does not contain a probe droid? Republic attack gunship, Darth Vader transformation, that does. Hoth Echo Base, that does. Sith infiltrator, that does. I think it's Republic attack gunship. But I don't know if those little droids that Darth Maul has are considered probe droids. I'm gonna just go with this, because I don't think there are any probe droids in that set. When were the first specialized blaster rifles produced? Let's see. I don't know what they mean by specialized blaster rifles. Maybe they mean just... Oh, like the little just normal plastic ones like we get now, not the bigger kind of bazooka or the little kind of megaphone pieces. I'm gonna say 2006, because I definitely remember those from a long time ago being a thing, so I think that makes sense. Which of the following separatist droids has appeared in the most sets? The Buzz Droid, the Vulture Droid, the Dwarf Spider Droid, or the Droideka? Let's see. The Vulture Droid was in a few. I think I'm going to go with the Vulture Droid, because there have been a lot of Vulture Droid sets. And they just kind of threw those in with a lot of the Jedi Starfighters just to kind of add filler pieces. But I also liked most of those Vulture Droids, so we're going to go with that. And our final question here is, how many different sentient species have appeared in LEGO Star Wars? Oh, I have no clue. Yeah, this is going to be a complete guess, but I'm going to go with 65 just to guess in the middle. So let's go ahead and submit here. The slow scrolling up, and then we have to click view score again just like last week. Oh, that's not good. Ultimate Collector Series. Okay, that one was wrong. Jabba's Palace. Bossk. Ooh, this one was much more difficult than last week's. 2016? What came out during 2016? Oh, was that when Episode 7 came out? That would make sense. I got that one right. Let's see. Was the Walking AT-AT? There were 4, not 3. It was Will Scodian. Homing Spider Droid. I do not know. Oh, I know what that set is now. Okay. ASP Droid, we got that one right. First Order Snowspeeder. I really thought that the Snowspeeder only had one of those multi-shot cannons. The Ada class. What is the Epsilon class? Kylo Ren's command shuttle? Oh, okay. It's in 2? Battle of Endor. Chewbacca Pilots 2. 7127 Imperial ATST. I really didn't think he piloted it in the Battle of Endor, because I remember that there was a pilot included in that set, so I assumed he wasn't piloting it. Well, okay, so it's TIE Striker. It was the macro binoculars. Okay. Oh, just because they weren't included. It's not because they weren't in the bag, they just weren't in the set. Okay. 297 days. Oh my gosh, that is a little bit more than 2 months over a year, under a year. That's pretty crazy. Hoth Echo Base. I don't remember there being a probe droid. I guess that's what they're trying to get you to go for. 2007. Okay. We got that one right, the Vulture Droid. We got 60. Oh, my random guess paid off. That's pretty good. Okay. Well, overall, that was a pretty disappointing score. 4 out of 20 is not very good. But definitely shows how much I know about LEGO Star Wars, or at least the very intricate details. I know a lot about just kind of the general knowledge stuff, but when it comes down to naming piece numbers and printed studs included in sets from 10 years ago, I am not an expert, but I'm definitely excited to kind of improve and see if I can learn and get more knowledge about LEGO Star Wars over the coming years and months. But I'm really excited about doing more of these challenges. I really like these trivia things. They're just pretty fun. I like that they kind of can implement them into the Brickset website and you don't have to download or anything or play it on some kind of sketchy website, because I definitely do trust Brickset. They have a very kind of trustable and trustworthy site. I really think it's a great website just for information, and now we kind of have some games with these quizzes and stuff. But if you enjoyed the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, as well as comment any questions or anything you may have, as well as comment down below if you played this quiz or any of the other quizzes and what were your scores on them, and I'll see you later.